2019 Advanced Higher Maths number 16. Use integration by parts to find the exact value of, this is for part A, and this is for 5 marks. To find the exact value of the integral from 0 to 1 of x squared minus 2x plus 1 e to the 4x dx. You're going to differentiate this. Differentiate this twice, it will go away, and you're going to integrate this. So this would give you, to start with, you just leave that as it is, x squared minus 2x plus 1. Integrate this, so this would give you e to the 4x over 4 minus the integral of, you've already integrated this, so that stays as it is. Now you differentiate the x squared minus 2x plus 1, which gives you 2x minus 2 e to the 4x over 4. You can divide 2 by 4 to give you a half there, so that is equal to x squared minus 2x plus 1 e to the 4x over 4 minus a half times the integral of x minus 1 e to the 4x dx. Now we got still have this x squared minus 2x plus 1 e to the 4x over 4 minus, keep your half outside. Integrating this, you got to leave this as it is first, x minus 1, and integrate that second part there, gives you e to the 4x over 4 minus the integral of, you've already integrated this, so that stays as it is. Now the differential of x minus 1 is just 1, e to the 4x over 4. Okay, now this is x squared minus 2x plus 1 e to the 4x over 4. This minus a half times 4 is minus 1 over 8. You can bring the e to the 4x outside here, e to the 4x over 8, e to the 4x over 8 times x minus 1. Minus minus gives you a plus, plus the integral of e to the 4x over 8 dx. Now you've got x squared minus 2x plus 1 e to the 4x over 4 minus e to the 4x over 8 x minus 1, and integrating that for the final time gives you e to the plus e to the 4x over 4 times 8, 32. That's it all integrated. Now you put in your values 0 to 1. Put in the 1 first. This gives you 1 minus 2 plus 1 e to the 4 times 1 is just 4 all over 4 minus e to the 4 times 1 is e to the 4 over 8, 1 minus 1, and then here you got plus e to the 4 times 1 is e to the 4 over 32. That's when you put in your 1. Now you're going to put in the 0 minus 0 minus 0 plus 1. E to the 4 times 0 is just e to the 0. E to the 0 is just 1. So that is all over 4 minus e to the 0 again is 8. 1 minus 1 is 0. So 1 over 8 times 1 minus times 0 minus 1 times 0 minus 1 plus e to the 4 times 0 is e to the 0. E to the 0 is just 1, so that's just 1 over 32. Okay, so now you're bringing this together. 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 minus 2 is 0, so that bit is just 0. This also is 0. So all you have there is e to the 4 over 32. Now this bit, you got the minus there. Inside, you got 1 over 4 minus 0 minus. Okay, so you got 1 over 4. And you got minus there, so that's going to give you minus plus 1 over 8. And you also got 1 over 32. So what you have there is e to the 4 over 32 minus adding all of these. So your highest common denominator is 32 there. 8 times 4 is 32, so that's going to be 8. And 8 times 4, so that's going to be 4 and plus 1. So what you're ending up with here is e to the 4 over 32. There's a minus 13. E to the 4 minus 13 all over 32. So that's your answer there for that part. E to the 4 minus 13 all over 32. And that's for 5 marks. Now there's a part B, so I'm going to do part B now. We've already found this to be equal to e to the 4 minus 13 all over 32. So for part B, what is part B? Part B, a solid is formed by rotating. A solid is formed by rotating the curve with equation y is equal to 4 times x minus 1 e to the 2x between x equals 0 and x equals 1 through 2 pi radians about the x-axis. Find the exact volume of the solid formed. So this is for 3 marks. So you're rotating a solid about the x-axis. You just imagine a kind of sphere, a cylinder being rotated about the x-axis. Imagine a cylinder being rotated about the x-axis. The radius of the cylinder is there, that's denoted by y, and the height of the cylinder is this, which is dx. So the volume of a cylinder is what this comes from. Volume of cylinder is pi r squared h. So this would mean that this is the integral of 2 pi times r comes from y, so y squared pi times y squared, and the height comes from this dx. You're rotating it around the x-axis. There is your y there, so what would y squared be? So y itself is 4 times x minus 1 e to the 2x. y squared, you're just going to square everything there, so that would be 4 squared gives you 16. This is x minus 1 all squared, e to the 2x raised to the power of 2, that just gives you e to the 4x. So what you have there, y squared is 16 times x squared minus 2x plus 1 e to the 4x. You already have a solution for this in part A. That is equal to, this part here is e to the 4 minus 13 over 32. So that means that the volume is equal to 2 pi integral 16 times x squared minus 2x plus 1 e to the 4x. You already know what that is, so 16 times that is just going to give you just pi r squared h, so that's just going to be a pi there. Okay, so you got pi r squared h. R squared comes from the y squared because it's from y that you're getting the radius, so y squared is this. You put that in, so what you basically have is 16 pi times what you already found in part A, 16 times e to the 4 minus 13 over 32, and that gives you, this just gives you half, pi over 2 times e to the 4 minus 13 units cubed. That's the volume.